morning, dear students. I am Miss NAVEDA SHAIKH from Brahan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's session, we'll be learning something new and interesting from a science textbook. So let's get started. Good morning, dear students. I am Miss NAVEDA SHAIKH from MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's class, we'll be learning a few questions related to a very interesting chapter from your maths book, that is test of divisibility. Now, divisibility and the test of divisibility you have already learned in your maths class, and I hope that you know what is the meaning of test of divisibility. Okay, we know that when you divide a certain number, you need to know its factors. ठीक है, वो factors को easily find out करने के लिए if you know these tests of divisibility, it becomes very simple. Okay, so how there are different tests of divisibility. We'll be learning that in this chapter, and then a few questions related to that. Okay, so don't worry if you do not remember what is the meaning of test of divisibility. First, I'll explain you all of them, and then we'll continue with the questions related to this topic that might come in your scholarship examination. Okay, so let's get started. Test of divisibility. These are simple tricks to test what a number can be shared by. We are going to learn tricks for testing if a number can be shared by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 and multiples of 10. Divisibility test. First we learn divisible by 2. If a number is divisible by 2, then what are the things that you need to know? If a number is divisible by 2, it ends with 2, 4, 6, 8 or 0. Okay, that means in other words it's an even number. Any number जिसका units place और ones के place पे if you find 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8, then that number is said to be divisible by 2. Let us see the test of divisibility by 3. If a number is divisible by 3, what is the criteria? If a number is divisible by 3, its digit sum is divisible by 3. Meaning, the digit sum is when you add the digits in the number repeating until you get to one digit. Okay, I'll give you a very simple example. What does the statement mean? The statement means that if I have numbers, okay, more than one digit. If I have numbers, say for example 21 or 121, okay, so उसके अंदर 3 digits है. ठीक है, हम लोग वो सारे digits को add करेंगे. You have to sum all the digits in the given number, and once you add it, you have to keep adding until and unless you get one digit number. ठीक है, अगर हम लोगों को 10 मिलता है, तो अगर हम लोगों को 12 मिलता है, तो हम लोगों को फिर से उसे ऐड करना है 1 और 2 को until you get one digit number. Okay, so the number, your example I've taken is 1467. It has a digit sum of 9. Now I'll show you how. Digit sum किसे कहते हैं? 1, 4, 6, 7. This is a 4-digit number, right? 4 digit number है ना, 1, 4, 6, 7. If I have this number, हम लोग इसे ऐड करेंगे, हर एक नंबर को ऐड करेंगे. 1 plus 4 plus 6 plus 7. It is giving me 18. What does it give me? It gives me 18. Now 18 is a 2-digit number. Okay, so we are supposed to add up till we get 1-digit number. तो हम लोग इसे फिर से ऐड करेंगे 1 और 3 को, 1 और 8 को. It will give me 9. 1 plus 8 gives me 9. So now you will see whether this number जो आप लोगों को मिला है अब 9, whether it is divisible by 3, whether it comes in 3 time table. Yes, so 1 4 6 7 is divisible by 3. ओके, इट इज वेरी सिंपल. अगर आप लोगों को ये नंबर दिया जाता है और आप लोगों को बोला जाएगा कि वेदर इट इज डिविजिबल बाय 3, तो आप लोग क्या करोगे? नॉर्मली हम लोग उसके फैक्टर्स निकालेंगे और फिर देखेंगे कि क्या ये डिविजिबल है नहीं है. इट विल टेक अ लॉन्गर प्रोसीजर. इंस्टेड वी विल क्विकली एड ऑल द डिजिट्स एंड you will get 9. Once you get 9, you know कि 9 तो 3 के टेबल में आता है. That means this number is divisible by 3. Okay, understood? Next, divisibility test for 4. If a number is divisible by 4, what is the criteria for that? Let us check that. If a number is divisible by 4, then the last two digits of a number, if they are divisible by 4, then our number is as well divisible by 4. Okay, now I have such a big number here. Alright, I have 4 6 5 5 7 2 8. This is a huge number. If you talk about dividing it, it will take a lot of time. ठीक है, so what does it say is कि हम लोगों को वो digit का last के दो numbers लेना है. Okay, so last two digits if you take and you will see whether it is divisible by 4, then you have to know 4 times table at least. आप लोगों को तो 4 का टेबल आता होगा. अगर 28 4 के टेबल में आता है तो मतलब ये पूरा नंबर, ये जो इतना बड़ा नंबर है, it is divisible by 4. Okay, see again I'll explain you, don't worry. Here if you see, this is the number that we have. Okay, 4 6 5 5 7 2 8. हम लोगों को बोला गया है कि you have to look at the last two digits. Alright, so this is the last two digit that I'm talking about right now. 28. ठीक है, 28 क्या ये 28 4 के टेबल में जाता है? Yes. ठीक है, so you will say that this entire number is divisible by 4. Understood? So this is how you should know the test of divisibility for 4. Another example that we take is, if we half the number and the result is even, then our number is divisible by 4. There is one more trick to find out whether it is divisible by 4 or not. If you think it is a smaller number, okay, you can make half of it. Then if you are doing half, like if I have this number 3148, this is the number that I have. If you have to make half of it, you will get 1574. And if you can see here, the number that I have got, it is an even number. Even number कैसे पता चला? क्योंकि last का जो digit है, that is 4. Alright, everybody can see this is the last digit. Okay, it is saying that and the result is even. You have to know that the result should be even. And this number that I've got is an even number. Okay, because the last digit ends with 4, multiple of 2. Okay, and it is an even number, hence this number 3148 is also divisible by 4. It is clear? So two things you can do for finding whether the number is divisible by 4. First one will be, you have to see the last two digits. अगर last two digit 4 के table में आते हैं, that means it is divisible by 4. Or else you can half out that number, and if it is an even number, then you should know that it is divisible by 4. ठीक है? So I've given you two examples and two tricks to find out whether the given number is divisible by 4 or not. Next, you have test of divisibility by 5. If a number is divisible by 5, what is the criteria for that? Okay, what are the things that you should keep in mind while finding out whether the given number is divisible by 5? Now it is very simple. This is the simplest of all. Why? Because the test of divisibility for 5 is Very easy because everybody knows 5's time table. And if you know the table of 5, you all know that you will get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 and so on. So if a number is divisible by 5, it ends with a 5 or a 0. उसका जो last digit होगा ना, it will always be a 5 or a 0. ठीक है? So here you can see in all the examples that I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Now all these numbers show me that they are divisible by 5. Okay, so you have to remember this because it is very simple. क्या याद रखना है हम लोगों को? एक 2 का बहुत सिंपल था, लास्ट नंबर उसका इवन होना चाहिए, 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. या and this 5 one is also very simple because it ends with 5 or 0. ठीक है, 5's time table में आएगा ये नंबर. ठीक है, so you have to remember this. Next test of divisibility that we have is if a number is divisible by 6. अगर कोई number divisible by 6 है या नहीं, how do you find out that? Let us get to know that as well. If a number is divisible by 6, then it passes the test for both divisibility by 2 and divisibility by 3. In other words, an even number with digit sum 3, 6 or 9. Now, I'll explain you with an example so that it becomes clear. The statement is, if you read it at once, thoda confusing ho jata hai, but it is very simple. Again, I'll explain. If there is a number given to you and if it passes the test of divisibility for 2 and for 3, then you say that it will be divisible by 6. In other words, an even number with digit sum 3, 6 or 9. If a number is divisible by 7, how do you come to know whether the number is divisible by 7? If a number is divisible by 7, it appears in the 7 times table. And you all just have to learn it because there is no trick for 7s. Okay? So, if you have to find out whether a number is divisible by 7 or not, you need to know the table of 7. Okay? Let us see the test of divisibility for number 8. Whether the number is divisible by 8 or not. If a number is divisible by 8, you need to know that the last 3 digits are divisible by 8. The whole number will be divisible. If the last 3 digits are divisible by 8, then the entire number will be divisible by 8. Okay, for example here, 496 is divisible by 8. Hence, 4496 is divisible by 8. Okay, if I have this number 4496, you have to just see the last 3 digits. Now you have learned that in the test for divisibility for 4, over there we found out that the last 2 digits should be divisible by 4 in 4's time table. Then you say that the entire number is divisible by 4. But when you talk about divisibility test for 8, the last 3 digits has to be divisible by 8. Then only we can say that the entire number is divisible by 8. Alright. So if I have this number, say for example 25,60,104. If you want to find out whether it is divisible by 8 or not, you will take the last 3 digits. Okay, that is 104. If you see that 104 is divisible by 8, then you say that this entire number is divisible by 8. Okay, if the last 3 digits are divisible by 8, the whole number will be divisible by 8. On halving and again halving the last 3 digits, it gives an even number, then the number is divisible by 8. Okay, another trick that you can do is, if I have this number, the last 3 digits, if I half it, okay, we have to divide it by 2, you will get 52. And further, if I divide it, I will get 26. And if this 26 is an even number, right, it is an even number, no, 6 is a even number, then you say that it is divisible by 8. Okay, it is divisible by 8. I hope things are getting cleared now. One thing was last three digits should be divisible by 8, और अगर हम लोग जो उसके last three digits है उसे half करते हैं until you get a 2-digit number, okay, जो आप लोगों को even number होना चाहिए, then you say that it is divisible by 8. Here you can see 4496, half is 248. Again, if you half it, it will give you 124, and 124 is an even number. Hence, it is divisible by 8. Next example, 2484. If I take the last, if I half it out, okay, if I half it, the last three digits अगर हम लोग उसे half करेंगे is 242. ठीक है, 242 को फिर से हाफ करेंगे तो आ जाएगा, it is not an even number, hence not divisible by 8. All right. Next, let us see whether the given number is divisible by 9. If you want to see the test of divisibility for 9, let us see what are the tricks. If a number is divisible by 9, its digit sum is 9. Okay, if you add them, it should give you a 9. If it gives you 9, then that means that entire number is divisible by 9. Okay, very simple one. This is also very simple. Let us see this. If a number is divisible by 9, its digit sum is 9. This means it is also divisible by 3. ओके, जैसे कि हम लोगों ने पढ़े थे 3 के डिविजिबिलिटी टेस्ट के अंदर भी यही था. वी एडेड द नंबर्स and the numbers, if it was the digit that you got, the single digit number that you got, if it comes in 3's time table, that means it is divisible by 3. so अगर ये 9 का होगा तो ये भी 3 से डिवाइड हो जाएगा, है ना. so this two goes hand in hand. Let us see the test of divisibility by 10. If a number is divisible by 10, it ends in a 0. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 100, 200, 1000. तो अगर ऐसे लास्ट में 0 आता है, that means it is divisible by 10. Okay, so after 5, this is also very simple test of divisibility for 10 because it ends with 0. If a number is divisible by 10, it ends in a 0. So these numbers are also divisible by 2 and 5. Remember this. Because 0 आता है तो 2 के टेबल में भी 0 आता है. Right? Test of divisibility of 2 जब हम लोग सीख रहे थे. Over there also 0, if it is there in the units place, it will be divisible by 2. अगर 0 है तो it will be divisible by 5 also. And if there is a 0, it will be divisible by 10 as well. Okay, so remember this as this also. Test of divisibility by 11. If the difference between the sums obtained by adding alternate number of the digit is 0 or is divisible by 11. Okay. For example, 8160. So what all together, all the tests of divisibility that we learned today are: first one, 2. It will end with 2, 4, 6, 8 or 0. If for test of divisibility of 3, the digit sum is divisible by 3. Means you will add all the numbers in the numbers that are there. Okay, जो number है उसके सारे digits को add करेंगे and you have to get a single digit number, and if it gives you a number which is divisible by 3, then you say that the entire number is divisible by 3. 4 के लिए you have to half last two digits and the result is even. Then you say that it is divisible by 4. Or if the last two digits are divisible by 4, you say that it is divisible by 4. For 5, it should end with 5 and or 0. Okay, either 5 or 0. That means it is divisible by 5. 6 के लिए it ends with 2, 4, 6, 8 or 0. And the digit sum is 3, 6 और 9. अगर हम लोग वो numbers को, उसके पास जो number है उसे अगर सारे digits को add करेंगे, अगर वो हम लोगों को 3 देता है, 6 देता है या 9 देता है,
that means that number is divisible by 6. Okay, or the number can be divisible by 2 and 3 also, because first criteria में क्या होगा, अगर हम लोग उसे देखते हैं, एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं, अगर if it ends with a even number, ठीक है, फर्स्ट थिंग में अगर वो एंड होता है even number में, that means it is divisible by 2 also. And in the second criteria, digit sums अगर 2 3 6 9 होता है, that means it is divisible by 3 as well. So 6 के लिए हम लोगों को दोनों चीजों का ध्यान रखना है, whether it is an even number, it ends with 24680, and उसको जब ऐड करेंगे सारे डिजिट्स को नंबर के, तो क्या वो हम लोग को 3 6 या 9 देता है. ठीक है. 7 के लिए you have to know the table, there are no such tricks for 7s. 8, you have to half the last 3 digits and the result should be even. ठीक है. 9 के लिए digit sum is divisible by 9. Okay, you have to see that the digit sum is divisible by 9. 10 के लिए it should end with a 0. If the difference between the sums obtained by adding alternate number of the digit is 0 or is divisible by 11. Okay, 11 के लिए भी आप लोगों को 11 का टेबल आना चाहिए, और अगर उसके बीच का जो डिफरेंस है, सम्स के बीच का जो डिफरेंस ऑब्टेन होता है, it is the alternate number of the digit is 0, then you say it is divisible by 11. Now I hope by now all the tests of the divisibility are clear to you, 1 to 11, 2 to 11. Now let us check your intelligence as to how well do you know your test of divisibility. Okay. So quickly let us see the rules of divisibility. If a number is divisible by another number, then it is also divisible by each of the factors of that number. If a number is divisible by two co-prime numbers, then it is also divisible by their product. Okay, I have already explained you the meaning of co-prime numbers, so I need not explain you again. If two numbers are divisible by a number, then their sum is also divisible by that number. अगर दो नंबर है, अगर वो divisible है by एक नंबर से, then their sum is also divisible by that number. उनके जब ऐड करेंगे तो वो भी divisible होगा वो नंबर से. If two numbers are divisible by a number, then their differences is also divisible by that number. उनके बीच का जो difference होगा वो भी divisible होगा by that. Let us take the very first example for today. Which of these exactly divides 815? I have a number 815. Now by far all my students need to know all the tests of divisibility. If you haven't understood anything, you can go back and see all the tests of divisibility and then come back while solving the sum. Okay. So 815, you will look at the last digit. Okay, very simple trick that you can do is look at the last digit. If you see 5, what clicks in your mind? The test of divisibility for 5, right? सिर्फ एक ही नंबर ऐसा है जहां पर 5 के बारे में मेंशन किया था, वो था 5. So I have 4 options given to me, 2, 8, 5 and 4. 2 के लिए कौन सा क्राइटेरिया रहता है? लास्ट में इवन नंबर होना चाहिए, तो इवन नंबर तो नहीं है. 8 के लिए लास्ट के 3 डिजिट्स देखना है, 815. नाउ हियर यू कैन सी दैट इट इज नॉट एन इवन नंबर, सो 8 भी आउट हो जाता है. 5 अगर हम लोग देखते हैं तो लास्ट में 5 है, तो 5 हमारा करेक्ट ऑप्शन है. ओके. नाउ इफ यू चेक ईच ऑप्शन, द नंबर इज ऑड, so it can't be divisible by 2, 8 and 4, right? So the last digit is 5, so it is divisible by 5 and 5 is our correct option. Alright, so you will tick out and circle the correct option. Let us see another example. First of all, read the question carefully. We can conclude that 315 is exactly divisible by 15 with the help of the test of divisibility of dash. I have 315, okay, is exactly divisible by 15 with the help of the test of divisibility of what? ऐसे कौन से दो नंबर्स है जिसके थ्रू हम लोग ये 15 को डिवाइड कर सकते हैं? whether it is 2 and 5, whether it is 3 and 5, whether it is 2 and 3, or only 6. Let us check that. If a number is divisible by two numbers, then it is also divisible by their product. Remember that. I explained you while learning the rules of divisibility. If a number is divisible by two numbers, अगर 315 दो नंबर से divisible हो सकता है. Like for example, अगर 315 है, तो it could be divisible by 5 also and by 3 also. Then it is also divisible by the product. उसके product के साथ में भी वो divisible होगा. Like 3 into 5. If a number is divisible by two numbers, then it is also divisible by their product. So, if I have 15, as I told you, ऐसे कौन से दो numbers है जिसके through ये divide होंगे? 3 से 3 के table में भी 15 आता है और 5 के table में भी 315. Last digit 5 है तो 5 का table तो होगा ही. ठीक है. 2 और 5 क्यों नहीं होगा? Because 2 के लिए last में even number होना जरूरी है. So for one number cancel out हो जाता है. It is wrong. ठीक है. 2 और 3 भी नहीं है because again 2 के लिए हम लोगों को कौन सा नंबर चाहिए? even नंबर चाहिए. वो even नंबर नहीं है. 6 के लिए भी हम लोगों को even नंबर होना चाहिए but it is not. और उसका sum हम लोगों को 3, 6 और 9 मतलब ये दोनों चीज होनी चाहिए थी. तो ये भी नहीं है. तो करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज ऑप्शन नंबर 2, that is 3 and 5. Means अब 3 और 5 के टेबल में if you see the last digit, okay, it is 5. So it is divisible by 5, right? And 315 अगर हम लोग इसे ऐड करेंगे तो हम लोगों को वो एक ऐसा नंबर मिलेगा जो 3 से भी डिवाइड होगा. तो that means it is option number 2. So if the number is divisible by 3 and 5, then it can be true. Next question is 777 is exactly divisible by 7, right? So which alternatives show all the prime factors of 777? ऐसे कौन से numbers है जो हम लोगों को prime factors दिखाएंगे 777 के? अगर हम लोग इसे divide करेंगे ना, factors find out करते, you all remember how you find out the factors. Once you divide 777 by 7, तो हम लोगों को कैसे उसके prime factors मिलेंगे? Option number 1 is 7 into 111 or 3, 7 into 37 or 1, 3, 7, 37 and 111. And fourth option is 1, 3, 7, 37, 111 or 777. Now I'll just give you one simple example कि हम लोग किस चीज के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. Now if you divide, okay, if you see this number that is 777. If you multiply it by 7 into 11, it will further divide 3 into 37. Now all numbers here are prime. Okay. So you will see that the option number 2, that is 3, 7 and 37, this is correct option. Factors हम लोग ने क्या बोल रहे थे हम लोग? Like here. If you keep doing the factor over here, that is 7, 7 and 7. ठीक है. If I divide it by 7, so I will get 7 ones are 7, 7 ones are 7 and 7 ones are 7. Understood? So this is what I was talking about. यहाँ पर पहले हम लोगों को 1, 1, 1 मिल गया. ठीक है. Further if you divide it, you will get, if you see this number, what you will get is, if I take 3 here, 3, 3 is 9. ओके. 9 में 11 में से 9 गया तो कितना बचेगा हमारे पास? 2, राइट? 21 हो जाता है ये. सो 3 hammers are 21, 3 sevens is 21. ओके. सो व्हाट डिड आई गेट? 7, 3 and 37. ओके. 37 को फर्दर हम लोग नहीं कर सकते थे तो यू हैव गॉट दिस. ऑल आर प्राइम नंबर्स, सो दिस इज द फैक्टर. अंडरस्टूड? How we got this? So option number 2 is the correct option. The numbers 23,573, 41,723 and 30,613 and 12,463 are all divisible by dash. 3, 7, 9, 11. Now if you look at the numbers, the last digit हम लोग देखेंगे पहले to see whether it is divisible by 2. तो last number तो odd है, तो it is not divisible by 2, right? So हम लोग आते हैं alternative sums are 10. ठीक है, अगर हम लोग उसको alternative sums देखेंगे तो are 10 and 10. So it is divisible by 11. We learned that अगर उनके जो alternative number है वो 10, उसका sum उसे alternate करने के बाद 10 मिलता है, then it will be divisible by 11. Okay, so if I add this alternate numbers, alternate sums are 10. मतलब if I see this number 14 and 3, okay, so second option के लिए, so it is divisible by 11. If I see the third number, that is 30,613, alternate sums are 12 and 1. Okay, so it is divisible by 11. 12,463, alternate sums are 8 and 8. So divisible by 11. So all four numbers are divisible by 11. That is our answer, option number 4. So 4 is our correct option. So you tick out the correct option. Now say which of the following numbers are divisible by 2. First, checking this, you need to know the test of divisibility. The last one here, the first number, that is 12, whether it is divisible? Yes, it is divisible. The last digit 47, 47 के अंदर 7 last digit है, 7 is not an even number, so it is not. The next number, that is 90, the last digit is an even number, that is 0, so it is divisible by 2. 231, the last digit, if you see, it is 1, so it is an odd number, so it is not divisible. Here 450, so last digit is 0, so it is divisible by 2. 756, is it divisible? Yes, the last digit, if you see, it is 6, it is divisible. Then the last number that we have is 33. So if you see 33, it is divisible or not? The answer is no. Okay, so likewise I have a few questions prepared for you for your homework. Let us see that. These are a few questions for your homework. You can write it down and solve it by yourself. And say which of the following numbers are divisible by 3. Okay, you have to see whether these numbers are divisible by 3 or not. You can pause the video, take down the questions and then answer it. Let us see another one for homework. Say which of the following numbers are divisible by 5. Also this is simple. 23, 65, 100, 82, 245, 5,000, 1,678. Okay, so I hope with this you have all the things are clear to you regarding test of divisibility. You have a form in the description box. Please see to it that you fill that form and answer and give your answers in the comment section below. I hope if you have any doubts and queries, you can ask us in the comment section. Till then, thank you. If you liked the session, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can share. And
This session was quite useful to you. In the next coming period, we'll learn something new and interesting. Till then, thank you.